Hey guys, welcome back. This is Professor Hank, and in this video I'm going to show you how to write a C++ program that will accept command line arguments. So what we're talking about is writing a program that you can run from the console and give it some information from the command line. So what do I mean? Let me give you an example. Okay, so here we've got a console window open, and if you were to type something like foo, right? And then hello world, right? So foo is the name of the executable, and then hello world are command line arguments. So I'm going to show you how to write a C++ program that you can run from the command line that you can then pass data into when you launch it. So the hello and the world will be accessible from the foo, as well as the name foo itself, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at how we can do that. We're going to add a couple of parameters to main's parameter list. Okay, the first parameter is going to be an integer parameter, and we can name this whatever we want, but I'm going to name this n. And then the second parameter is going to be an array of character pointers, which I'll name args. Okay, and so what happens is that, you know, when you have, say, foo hello world, okay, what happens is that the memory address of the string foo, the memory address of the string hello, and the memory address of the string world gets assigned to that array of character pointers. Okay, why is it an array of character pointers? Because foo, hello, and world are C strings, or arrays of characters. So the first element of args will have the memory address of foo, the second element of args will have the memory address of hello, and the third element of args will have the memory address of world. Now, the first parameter is going to be assigned the number of strings that were typed at the command line. So in this case, n would be assigned 3 because there's foo, that's 1, hello, that's 2, and then world, that's 3. Okay, so let's go back and add some code that will actually do something with this. So I'll have a for loop, okay, and I'll say for n I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll just display all of the command line stuff. Okay, so we'll do cout args of I, and I'll put each command line item, you know, the name of the program and then the arguments on their own separate line. And then before we even get there, I'll show you what is in n. Okay, so n equals n line. Okay, so I'm going to build this. Okay, but you don't have to build and selecting build solution, or you can just hit F7. But I'm not going to run it from here, right? I'm not doing build and run for Visual Studio because we have to go to the command line to be able to actually test it and run it because it's a command line program. Okay, so let's open Explorer back up, and you'll see that I'm in my VS demo folder on the desktop in Hank on users. So I store my my projects that I do for these videos in a folder called VS Demo on my desktop, and the name of the project is project, and so let's open that up. Now there's a folder in there called x64, and there's a folder in that called debug, and you'll see there's the executable right there, project1.exe. Okay, so by default the executable gets named after the same thing as your project. Okay, so if I want to run this, if I want to test it, then I have to navigate over to that location. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna say change directory, change directory, C users Hank desktop VS demo project 1 x64 debug. Got to put that in parentheses because there's that little space in there. Okay, so now I'm here. If I do a dir directory, okay, let me make this a little bit wider so you can see everything a little bit better. Okay, I'll make this way wide. I'll put it behind me even. Okay, so you can see that what we have in the listing here is the same thing as what's in the Explorer window. Okay, like a 1 for 1. Now from here, I can actually type the name of the program, which is project1.exe. Okay, if I scroll up there, you can see it right there. Okay, now if I do that, I'll type in those command arguments again. I'll say hello world. Okay. And so now you can see in the output, it equals 3, project1.exe, hello, and world. Because the 3 is from the fact that there's 3 command line arguments. There's the name of the program itself, and then the 2 things that I typed. And then that for loop went through that array of pointers and just grabbed and printed out each individual string. Okay, so that's the basics of how it works. Now let's do something a little bit more interesting. How about we make a command line calculator, right? That just adds some numbers up. So I'll delete that, and we'll use the a2f function, which is in the cstdlib library. And what I'll do is I'll make it to where you can add up as many numbers as you want. Okay, so we'll say for int I equals 1, because remember in the 0th element of the args array, that's pointing to the name of the program itself. And the name of the program is project 1. You can't convert project 1 into a number. That doesn't make any sense. So let's start with the second argument. Okay, so we'll say for int I equals 1, I less than n, I plus plus, and let's create an accumulator variable. So we'll do doubles, double total equals 0, and then we'll say total plus equals a2f args of I, right? So that'll grab every single command line argument starting with that second one in this array here. Right? Remember, the first element is pointing to the name of the program itself. So the second element, which will be element 1, will be the first number. Okay, so we'll just keep going until there's no more numbers. And we'll add that, we'll convert it and add it to the total accumulator. And then we'll just display the contents of that accumulator. So it'll be something really, really, really simple, just to show you, something maybe a little bit more interesting than just printing out the command line arguments. So let's go ahead up here and hit build solution. Now let's drop back down to our command line. Okay, and we'll go ahead and run it again, but this time we'll put some numbers instead of strings. Okay, so you don't even have to do .exe. You can just leave that off, and Windows will know what to do with it. Let's see here. So we'll say 8, 6, 7. Okay, so you can see there's the answer, 21. So 8 plus 6 plus 7. Okay, now how about some floating point numbers? 3.2, 1.7, 8.6. So there's your total for that, 13.5. What if we only did 2 numbers, 1 and 2? Cool. What if we did only 1 number? Cool. What if we didn't do any numbers at all? Cool, 0. Why? Because remember, we started at 1. Okay, so I think that is going to bring the video to a close. I think that's everything that I wanted to show you. That's the basics of it. And I just encourage you to play around with it and, see what you can do, right? See what different types of program ideas you can come up with. I mean, you can do all kinds of different things with command line arguments. Okay, so that's going to bring this video to a close. If you think the video was useful, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you thought the video sucked, well, you got that thumbs down as well. If you're a student of mine, please consider, or feel free to shoot me an email or stop on my office hours or hit me up on Zoom. If you're not a student of mine, please consider subscribing to the channel, joining as a member, supporting the channel in various ways. We've got memberships for as little as 99 cents that offer all kinds of perks. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.